Well, it is once again Sunday school. I'm just a couple minutes late here this morning. I apologize. As many of you know, that today on the Christian calendar, on the American Christian calendar, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Now, we don't observe Super Bowl Sunday in these parts, meaning our house. So we could care less. But I know many, many, many people watching right now do. So I'm going to a few years back, Constance playing the part of the oracular chicken, picked a couple tarot cards that predicted the outcome of that Super Bowl. And as a matter of fact, she did, or at least the way we interpreted it. And so I'm not, I could care less. But for all of you, I'm going to draw three cards here and just see here. I'm only going to use the trumps here. So let me shuffle here, and I'll let you interpret it as you will. I'll shuffle it again. Okay. And I'll cut it. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. And I think it'll be Hey Final. So the top three cards of Hey Final. Number one, the Hermit. Yod. Number two, well, Lust, okay, Tet. Some people will watch it alone. Some people will watch it with a friend. And the third card, they don't have draws anymore in football, do they? I think they play to the end. But the Justice card, Lamed. So there is the oracular strength or lust, justice, and the Hermit. Now, if we look at that's 10. Yod is 10. And Lamed is 30. So that's 40. And Tet, oh, that means 49. It adds to 49. Is that one of the teams? Or there'll be 49 points, or what do they call it? Baskets, or whatever it is they call it. Well, Hermit, Lust, and Justice. What does that spell? It spells light. So there'll be many Bud Light commercials. So that's all the time I'm going to spend out of your life and mine on this Super Bowl. It's one of those Roman numeral Super Bowls. Super Bowl Roman numeral something. So I've been tempted. Speaking of the lust card, I've been tempted to go to a poetry slam. Now, I don't know if there any in Sacramento, or if it's the type of thing in a venue I'd like to go to. But because I used to love to go to open mics. Okay, open mic, get my guitar and go to open mics. But lately I haven't, had the urge to go to a smoky bar or haven't been out in public much. So I haven't done, but I used to just love going to open mic nights. And I always, where I was a stranger, where nobody knew me or anything else, and I get out my guitar and they say, "Oh, look at the old man, look at the old man," and I open it up with people I've never seen before. I always open it up with, "I love to get drunk in the car," and there's something magical about that song that just completely disarmed everybody. When I start off by that first refrain where I said, "I love to get drunk in the car," everybody stops talking. And they go, "Did I hear that old fart say that?" And then I go on with the song, which is kind of funny too. But anyway, I see advertised every once in a while the poetry slams. And I've been tempted, I have never done this before, I've been tempted to take a few of my song lyrics to a poetry slam and kind of do the same thing and treat my song lyrics as poems, because that's exactly what they are. And so I thought about that this morning on my walk back from temple. And I thought, I'm going to do that this morning for Sunday school. So so you can turn me off right now if you don't want to hear a couple of Lon lyrics as poems. Here's one that I wrote at 19 years of age. Probably after one of my first few delightful experiences with LSD. It's called I Am He. I am He who runs through all matter. Mind and spirit flow from my breath, both earth and heaven go into one big game, illusion, all within me. By my love I will dwell with me from whence I come. Okay, here's one called Last Night I Dreamed of Dead People. Last night I dreamed of dead people. My father and my mom. They met me at a strange hotel. They came to take me home. My suitcase was in disarray. My packing far from done. A cab driver sat patiently and let his meter run. I said, I cannot go with you. I've business left undone. I've checks to cash and debts to pay before I leave this town. My mother wailed, "You foolish boy, your ledger's closed and done." The cab driver sat patiently and let his meter run. "You're dead," I shouted angrily. "Get in that cab and go." Then lightning flashed across the sky. A mighty wind did blow. Then all the dead that ever lived throughout eternity assembled all around me there, and every one was me. And then before my dream dissolved into the morning sun, I shouted to the cab driver, "Just let your meter run." by Henry Gibson. I'm Baba Lon. I am a man like any man, with feet of clay and cheeks of tan. But when I wrap my turban on, the gods are near. I'm Baba Lon. I eat too much, I drink too much, a greedy, selfish such and such. But when I wrap my turban on, my mind is clear. I'm Baba Lon. I'm mean and cruel like Genghis Khan, spend too much time with the TV on. But when I wrap my turban on, great truths appear. I'm Baba Lon. A lazy coward, vain and violent, I chatter on when I should stay silent. But when I wrap my turban on, all bets are off. I'm Baba Lon. Yes, when I wrap my turban on, my heart is pure. I'm Baba Lon. Now, I didn't know how this one would sound as a poem, but I'm going to try it anyway. It's called Roman Rider. She was a rancher's daughter down in Old North Platte. Came from Scotland when she was a baby. Her wealthy father doted on his lass. She grew up wild and handsome. She drove the ranch hands mad. Ne'er a one would court her favor. Old man McConnell sure would shoot him dead. He was a Roman rider in Cody's Wild West show. Rode a pair of high galloping stallions. Standing on their back, he stole the show. Will Lake was full-blood Cherokee, with hair as black as night. Claire McConnell watched him from the bleachers. Her heart was his when he rode into sight. And the wind thrills through the sandhills of Nebraska. The prairie sod can bury your soul. Her daddy found the lovers locked in a sweet embrace, swore he'd kill the filthy redskin, tore Claire from his arms and slapped her face. And the wind thrills through the sandhills of Nebraska. The prairie sod can bury your soul. The Sunday show was sold out. All North Platte was there. They came to see the handsome Roman rider. Old man McConnell brought his daughter, Claire. Out rode the Roman rider, his horses drawn in tight. Old man McConnell smiled and pinched his daughter. Look on your Injun lover while you might. And the wind thrills through the sandhills of Nebraska. The prairie sod can bury your soul. Then, in the dusty thunder, as his twin horses sped, a bridle broke. Lake tumbled down between them, and beneath their hooves was crushed his lovely head. And the wind thrills through the sandhills of Nebraska. The prairie sod can bury your soul. She died, a rancher's daughter. The prairie took her mind. Her bastard son grew strong and wild and handsome. a trail of broken hearts he'd leave behind. And the wind thrills through the sandhills of Nebraska, and the sandhills of Nebraska roll on. And that bastard son was my grandfather. Yeah, it's probably likely that my great-grandfather had my, or that my great-great-grandfather had my great-grandfather murdered. Okay. Is anybody still out there? It's Sunday school. What do you expect to be titillated? Okay. When you're not in love. When you're not in love, life is simple. When you're not in love, life is bliss. No clinging sweetheart, butting in to cramp your style, no anniversaries to miss. When you're not in love, things are certain, predictable day after day. Romance is for children. Love only gets in your way. Saint Valentine was martyr-ed. He broke the law and lovers wed, so that they could share the marriage bed and live as one till they were dead. Valentine himself was chaste. The wine of love he'd never taste. The pain of childhood never face. That pious asshole had it aced. He'd never know to what extent familiarity breeds contempt, or how his ritual would cement two foolish souls to lives misspent. When you're not in love, you think clearly. No contrary voice in your ear, no cruel surprises popping up to break your heart, no infidelities to fear. When you're not in love, you're a genius. No stupid arguments to lose. Run from it. Curse. Shun it. Harden your heart. Love only tears you apart. Be happy you're not in love. Be grateful you're not in love. You're lucky when you're not in love. Well, can you sit through another one? I wish I were Krishna. Mahabharata has got a hero divine. Lord of the universe, he's smiling all the time. He's very handsome. He's pretty. Folks in the sticks and in the city think it's a pity he can't make love to them all. But he can. 'Cause he's my idol, my hero. I wouldn't be a zero if I were him. There'd be no sin. Well, paint me blue and call me Krishna. I wish I were Krishna. Love God of the Hindu. I wish I were Krishna. Love God of the Hindu. I'd copy myself into multiple me's and make love to all the gopi girls I could please, delivering with each illimitable squeeze a full divine measure of unimaginable pleasure. I wish I were Krishna. Love God of the Hindu. To each of my loves I'd be steadfast and true, vowing in truth I love only you. Each monad of existence would be my sweet bride, whose womb I would penetrate and explode me inside. Oh, I wish I were Krishna, love god of the Hindu. Within you, without you, gush my ocean of Bindu. I wish I were Krishna, love god of the Hindu. Constance says she likes this song because she says she likes songs with a lot of words. So let's see how it comes off as a poem with a lot of words. It's called Love Song. All starts once upon a time. Pardon me, but would you have the time? Every whisper, every shout is, every smile and every pout is, every little in and out. It's love song. Big Bang banged, nature rang out a love song. Big Ben rings, singing London a love song. Notes pass in the classroom, eye contact across a crowded room. Every ring of every bell is, every rendezvous hotel is, every gee, I think you're swell's love song. At the beach, seagulls screech out a love song. Teachers teach 8 parts of speech to write love songs. Nouns, verbs, only function to express love's sweet conjunction. Every would you care to dance is, each baguette in Paris, France is, every crazy romance is love song. When atoms bind into molecules, that's how they say I love you. Hearts break when lovers part. That's a love song too. Tap dancers tap, thunder claps out a love song. Mind the gap, rising sap is a love song. Sweetheart, don't be nervous, let's stay in bed and call room service. Every chemical reaction, every stab at satisfaction, every chain reaction is a love song. Hard and soft, on and off, it's a love song. Height and depth, width and breadth, it's a love song. Touché, please and thank you. You've been naughty, should I spank you? Every crush and fascination, every wink and sly flirtation, each and every hyphenation is love song. King David loved his pal Jonathan, and Sappho sang for the girls. Virgil chased Beatrice through the underworld. Yin and yang is Chinese slang for a love song. Wind and sail, lance and grail is a love song. JC and the Magdalene, Shiva, Shakti, Beast and Babylon. Monty Python and Macbeth is, every heartbeat, every breath is, every birth and every death. It's love song. Okay, I was going to read a couple more, but I don't think I'll read those two. I wrote one that you can hear the song on the internet. I've written a couple songs about me and my family personally. That Roman Writer was one of them, and I've got one called Miss Harlow about the time my father danced with Jean Harlow. It's even got a little prelude where I explain it. But I'm just going to close this morning's Sunday school with Sweet Babylon. And I think if I would go to a poetry slam, I'd either start with this one or my completely uh, politically incorrect song called "I Never Met a Little Man I've Liked," which would probably get their attention. But because I don't mean that, okay, I'd probably read them this one. People keep saying that Jesus is Lord. He'll take me in the rapture. He'll come with a sword. Preachers on TV tell me I'm living wrong. But I've tasted the lips of sweet Babylon. Sweet Babylon, O heavenly harlot, let down your hair and take me to bed. Hold out your cup, and I'll pour the wine. Drink to the night of sweet Babylon. I know they call you the queen of damnation, our sacred love, abomination. But dying in your arms is sweeter than salvation. Heaven is the night of sweet Babylon. Sweet Babylon, O heavenly harlot, lover of all, refuser of none. Hold out your cup and I'll pour the wine, and drink to the night of sweet Babylon. Heaven is the night of sweet Babylon. I don't know how that would hold out on a poetry slam. Let me know your your opinion, and or if you have any other suggestions of ones that might be good for a poetry slam, let me know. I'm not saying I'm going to do it anytime soon, but I thought it might be fun to even consider it. Until tomorrow. I suppose some of you will be watching television tonight. We'll probably try to watch something really wussy on the computer or something. We're watching Julia right now on Max, HBO Max. It's about Julia Child. Yeah, that's our Super Bowl night. Until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other. Remember our Super Bowl prediction of the Hermit card, what was it? Hermit, Justice, and Lust, which adds to 49. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under well.